Welcome to the October issue of Japan Headlines and my commentary. So the first up, we're having our annual everything that's new or you want to know about the Japan energy markets, November 7th, 8th. Go to our website, get an invite, look on LinkedIn, you'll find it, and register. It's always worth it. We always get a lot of intention, and it's we'll send out the slides, etc. And while we're on events, October 16th to the 20th, which in my case is next week, 2 weeks, is Trading Week in Tokyo. Last year, for the first one of these, we had 160 plus people. I think given the activity, it'd even be more. So if you're in Japan that week, give me a ping, email me, whatever, peterw@skippingstone.com, and we'll hook up for a drink. See you there. So moving on to the news, a good news for me who will be there for a couple of weeks is the yen is now at record decades low against the US dollar. So conceivably it'll be much cheaper than what normally would spend. Moving along, there's rumors there's going to be an election shortly called for. So hence, Prime Minister Kishida is keeping the subsidies on to make the voters happy, even though they don't really need them anymore. So also in positive news, for the last couple of years, Japan's been running at a like 1-2% reserve margin for generation. But now there's a few nukes back on, a couple of power plants, that have been built for fossil fuel, etc. So now the reserve margin is up around 5%. So that should smooth out some things at least. It has had an impact this past summer. You haven't seen the super spikes you typically have seen in the past years. So it bodes well for this winter as well. So as Japan works towards its net zero goals, coal is definitely down. It's about 14% against last year. So they're getting there. So if you recall, last episode and the one before, 4 of the Japan utilities were fined heavily, very heavily, for supposed collusion. 2 that we know of have already sued the authorities, claiming they did nothing wrong. All 4 are definitely fighting the collusion charges. So we're watching that one. So I was looking at the numbers on the number of retailers. We know it peaked at around 880 or so, maybe through 2.5, give or take, years ago. Looking this past spring, call it Jan through April, another about 60 have gone out. So we're down now to around 600 or so, at least listed. Obviously, not all of them active. In fact, a lot of them not very active. So the retail companies continue to shrink. So we're watching also the battery subsidy wars, lots of applications to get METI money for batteries. So there's 15 winners been announced. With multiple battery projects that are now eligible for subsidies. So the battery boom is in full swing in Japan. Also being invested heavily, because METI, if you recall, set up a whole nother division around net zero, is they're spending a lot of money on carbon capture. So we're also monitoring that. So if you're looking for battery and carbon projects, Japan's the place to be. That's it for this month. Thanks for watching as usual. Take care.